In today's English lesson, we are going to visit my brother's backyard. And in his backyard, he has tons of wood because during the winter, he heats his house with wood. So today we are going to find out all of the ways he has to prepare for winter. All right, this is my brother Ben. And like I said, he heats his house with wood. But starting in the summer, he's got to get ready for that somehow. So, Ben, do you mind taking us through the process of what you have to do to get your house ready for the winter?
Sure, we absolutely can do that. It starts with log form wood, then we cut it to size, then we use a splitter to split it, we put it in a trailer, then we stack it and let it dry out.
How long does it take for your wood to dry out?
Different species are different times, but usually you cut it and split it in the spring, it's ready for winter.
Oh, really? And okay, so what happens if the wood is wet in the winter?
It just takes too much energy to burn, so you lose BTUs. So it won't heat as well, it will smoke, it will smell, just not fun.
Okay. And BTUs, what does that stand for?
I think it's British thermal units.
Okay, and that, like, the higher the number, the better it burns?
The hotter it burns.
And so the higher the better for you?
Yes.
Okay. And so let's see, what is it? Is that a maple tree right there?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so when it comes to maple trees, do they burn well or not so well?
They burn very well. There's quite a few different species of maple. There's some softer maple and there's some harder maple, but that's a good wood. It dries fast, burns nice.
And the harder the better for maple?
Correct.
Okay. And behind us, I think I already know the answer to this. This is a pine tree.
Correct.
Now, I think, and I don't know much about wood, but I think those things pretty much suck to burn, right?
Well, in Maine, we're lucky because we do have hardwoods. The more north you go, obviously, you only have softwoods. Okay. Spruce, firs, pines. You won't see maples, you won't see oaks in the north. So many people burn softwood.
So is pine soft?
It is, correct.
Okay. Now, does the sap in a pine tree affect the burning at all?
If you don't let a pine dry, you tend to get chimney fires. The creosote builds up in the chimney, and it could create a fire.
Which could burn your house down?
Possibly.
Okay. So you definitely have to dry your pine out if you're going to use it.
Any wood, really.
Oh.
Any wood will produce creosote, but pine or any softwood creates a bit more if it's not dried.
All right, thanks, Ben, for that little interview. But how about this? Enough talking. Let's get to working. Or maybe Ben will do most of the work because I don't want to get hurt. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just hold the microphone.
That's fair enough.
All right, my brother's just warming up his tractor. That's the English phrasal verb we would use. You don't want to start the engine cold. You want to start it, let it run for a little bit, and then you can actually move the tractor to pick up some wood. It looks like this log is going to be split or cut, we might say, right?
Yes.
And to do that, you're going to use a chainsaw?
Correct.
That thing right down there. Now, I would say that you should probably wear some eye protection, but...
Yeah, you should, definitely.
But you don't?
No.
You don't value your eyes that much?
No, I'm just careful.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a careful guy.
Have you ever, this stuff we call sawdust. Have you ever gotten some sawdust in your eye?
I have.
How does it feel?
Not great. I had to go to the eye doctors. I have it removed.
I think I have some sunglasses on my head. Would you like to borrow them?
No, I just need to see what I'm doing.
Okay. Fair enough. You were telling me off camera, you have a little measuring, that line right there?
Yeah, that little mark there is from the tip of this mark to these firewood dogs, they're called, is 16 inches, and that's how I measure for my wood stove. Some people burn 18-inch wood, some people burn 24-inch wood, some people burn 12-inch wood. But the rule of thumb here in Maine, everyone likes the wood around 16 inches, so that's what I cut everything at.
Okay, and so you mentioned how everyone likes it. You also sell some of the firewood?
I do a little bit, yeah. Usually when I have more time. This year hasn't let me do that. So, but normally sell up to 50 cords a year.
Okay, and I have no idea. I do not know how to explain cords.
Cord is a measurement of firewood. It's 4 feet wide by 4 feet tall by 8 feet long. So that's where the 16-inch wood comes into play. Just for an easy measurement, you have 3 16 inches. That's 4 feet.
Okay, you have a huge stack of wood over here. Like, what would you estimate that this line of wood right here? How many cords is that?
That may be a cord and a half.
Okay.
That trailer is just about a cord and a half. Along this wall here, I would say probably about a cord.
Okay. So I don't know how to teach that, but hopefully that makes sense to you. I think Ben did a pretty good job of cords. How about this? How many cords of wood do you burn during a winter?
5.
All right, I'm filming this in late September. You mentioned before I started filming, you may start a fire today.
I won't be starting a fire today. Some members of my family would like one because it is a little chilly, but I can't start burning wood in September.
No,
it makes for a long year.
Yeah. So let's see, a little math. You got you have maybe almost 4 cords there.
Yeah, roughly. Yep, I do.
So
and I have about a cord and a half in the driveway that's out in the sun drying.
Oh, okay, and I didn't notice you have some right there too.
Yeah, there's wood everywhere.
Okay. So if you didn't process any more wood, would you have enough to last the typical winter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I always like to have a little extra because you never know.
Never know.
And oil is expensive, so.
Right. Yeah, maybe. So do you heat your house with oil at all?
Not my house. We do have a oil boiler that if we do go away, we can set the heat at. But for the most part, we just burn wood.
Ben is about to use something called a log splitter. And he was just telling me off camera that he likes to cut his wood a little bit smaller than maybe most people.
Yeah, we split it a bit smaller. I find it burns a little bit better. It dries faster. If we were doing this in the spring, I might split it a little bit bigger, but we're pretty late in the season, so we need to dry it fast. And also my wife tends the stove when I'm not home, so the smaller pieces are easier for her to carry and put in the stove.
Yeah, and you use that verb tend. That's a good one. So it means like to look over, to watch.
Yep.
Yeah. So you might tend to fire. Thanks, Ben, for that little interview, but how about this? Enough talking. Let's get to working. Or maybe Ben will do most of the work because I don't want to get hurt. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just hold the microphone.
That's fair enough. Okay.
would you like to show us how you do actually sell wood from your house?
Sure, yeah. In the summertime, a lot of people have campfires just for camping or even in their backyard. And I found a pretty good way to sell it right out front of my house in a little woodside stand with a box. So they put their money in it and they can take their bags of firewood.
And you would call what would you call this thing?
A bundle.
Okay. And how much do you charge per bundle?
$5 for that bag.
Looks like you cut that wood a little bit smaller. Why would you do that?
Yeah, just it's easier for people to handle, and it actually produces a bit bigger flame when the wood is smaller.
Really?
So they'll have a larger fire in their fire pit.
Does it burn more slowly if it's smaller, or?
Quickly, actually, opposite. Okay. So the bigger it is, the longer it will burn, but it won't be such a big flame. And people in the backyard like the big flames. So
look at this. Ben has wood all over the house. Here's another wood pile we haven't talked about. Is this maybe a cord or a little less?
About a cord and a half.
Oh, cord and a half.
Yeah, about a cord and a half.
Ben, can't thank you enough for having me over and invading your space.
Oh, no problem.
I
appreciate the help stacking this later after this video.
Yeah, sorry, I had to cut. I didn't know that was part of the plan. You give me some information and now I have to help you stack wood.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. Even though I'm your brother?
I figured you'd help if you were my brother.
Yeah, I'm busy. I have to edit this video up,
okay, next time.
Everybody can learn English. Yeah.
Sure.
Next time.
That's a good excuse.
Definitely next time. Hey, if you're looking for more English, there are 2 more videos that I filmed in my brother's backyard. 4th of July and Canada Day. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.